Yeah. So I was seeing myself. Hello. Good evening, my dear candidates. What a pleasure talking to you once again. I hope you guys can hear me and properly and see me. Most of you and lots of guys have joined by now. So, my dear candidates, every time I come out with something new to discuss, today it is mainly a question answer session. But let me ask you if you have made up your mind for the armed forces. So, I would like to ask you, are you serious about your goal? Do you have the passion for it? Do you have the motivation for it? This is the foremost thing which I ask my candidate. And you know how we test in the SSB whether everybody says is very passionate and very motivated. We ask you certain questions, and by that we can easily understand that your depth of passion and motivation. So, guys, if you are keen for the armed forces, the first thing I will ask you to do is a bit of self introspection. You know, the army armed forces is a personality based selection system where we are looking for those 15 officer like qualities which are divided into those factors. And you don't have to really mug up those 15 officer like qualities, but you can make out whether you have those qualities or not. To sum up, I will just tell you what you got to do. My dear candidates, just do a bit of self introspection. See whether you have a genuine passion and motivation for the armed forces. Do you have the knowledge about the armed forces? See, how do we judge? If you have knowledge about the armed forces, where, which branch you want to go, why you want to go, what has motivated you for the armed forces, what do you really like about the armed forces, it will come out during your interview. You'll obviously take more interest. So, one is your knowledge about the armed forces and your knowledge about your general happenings, your general awareness, your overall knowledge. See, when you do your self introspection, ask, do you have the personality for the armed forces? Do you have the knowledge for the armed forces? And the third thing I will ask you, see, do you have the power of expression, a pleasing personality? What do you mean by power of expression? Can you speak or can you communicate confidently, precisely, to the point with good body language? So that's if you have a good body language, you are a pleasing personality. You are very expressive. You can make others understand very easily. So I would ask you, after the knowledge, your power of expression. And after that, do you have the confidence? At least these basic things you got to have, which defines a good personality straight away. It doesn't take much time. Thereafter, I will ask you, do you have the confidence? Are you sure of yourself? Do you have the self-esteem? Do you really consider yourself capable? Do you possess high self-image of yourself? Do you think you are capable of cracking the SSB? See, that is the thing you should ask yourself in your self introspection. After that, I will ask you, do you have the social adaptability? Because the armed forces is a team thing. Always you'll be leading the troops in difficult circumstances. You'll be achieving big goals, big missions by leading them, looking after them, motivating them. So, for that, you've got to have a personality which fits into the team, which is encouraging, which is motivating, which is pleasing, which is sacrificing. You got to lead them, you got to do much more than that. You have to lead by example. So that kind of social adaptability, it is just not only mixing up, it is mixing up with every kind of person, your seniors, your juniors, your colleagues, with the different religions, because we follow just one religion, that is the religion of the armed forces. So this is also very, very important. And along with the social adaptability, do you have that liveliness? Are you happy? Some guys are so serious when I take the interview. So it takes a lot of time for me really to make them little energetic and make them little sort of motivated. Otherwise, so serious. I keep telling them, Okay, guys, smile for God's sake. Yeah. I again say this, if you are not happy personality, then success will elude you. Success will be far away from you. If you are a happy guy, obviously you will get success. You've got to be happy to achieve the success, not the other way around. That you get success and then you can be happy. No, only happy people get success in life. So happiness or liveliness is another important thing you should think whether, guys, at least see yourself whether you budget all these small issues which I have told you. It means you are likely to have these 15 observer-like qualities. With this brief, so self-introspection is the first thing which you guys have to do and just tick these personality traits which I just described. Do you have these? Now I'm waiting for questions from you guys. What questions you people can ask me? I'm obviously ready for your questions. Okay? Because it was more of a question answer session today. So this brief introduction which I have given you is, are you really preparing seriously? If you are preparing seriously, please know the process of the SSB first. And after that, prepare yourself accordingly. And in preparing, the first step was the self-introspection, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and thereafter working on those. Oh, guys, a lot of questions are coming up. I'm very happy. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, the first thing is how to prepare for your SSB. What I will say in that is the first thing, who are new in the SSB, for the first thing is please know the process. What is the process of the SSB? You know there are 3 techniques, know a little bit about them. Those 15 qualities, know about them. There is a stage 1, know about them. What is the secret of passing stage 1? Know about that. Practice those TATs, WATs. Now you guys go to the SSB without preparing for anything. So for God's sake, first thing is know the process. What is the second thing? Second thing is what is expected of you. We expect you to be smart, energetic, and impressive. We expect you to at least do well, write those relevant stories. We want you to be participating. You should be able to impress in the group discussion, lecture it. Even in the stage 1, you should narrate your story confidently. That's how we'll. So what you expect there, what is expected of you. So you should know. Know the entire process and do not go to the SSB without preparing thoroughly. Prepare even the interview. Prepare all the TAT test. You can all do at home. Okay, that is the thing. Another question, let me see if we have. Okay. Okay, guys, you guys are asking individual questions. I am going to NDA and this, that. So it will be difficult for me to answer individual question. Okay, ask me the question which are for, sir, screening mein luck hota hai na? Monica Semwal says, yes, Monica Semwal's question I will very frankly and forthrightly attend. You know, screening, if you fail in the main process, that is the remaining 4 days process, yes, that's absolutely transparent and a very good process. Yes, screening sometimes, even if you fail, it may not be your fault. I will not say luck, but I will say sometimes, guys, a good candidates get left out. Now 400 candidates come and our handling capacity of the board is 40 to 50, so we have to fail 350. So selection rate virtually dips down to 15 to 20%. That way, I can say that it is a bit of luck plays a part. Because you can be in a group where there are only 50 guys report. If 50 people come, see your selection rate is pretty high. Sometimes, can you believe I have seen 40 to 50 people come and we take 35, 5 to 15 people fail. And sometimes 400 guys come in a particular board. What do we do? Our handling capacity is 50. So 350 we have to fail. What do we do? So yes, luck counts that way. So I may agree. And now what is the secret of passing the stage 1? Guys, let me tell you here only because I see 2-3 questions on this. Stage 1, simply you have to prepare beforehand, thoroughly. Stage 1 has become a very important test these days. And what are these secrets? The first secret is please do well in your OIR. What is the second? Write a relevant story which is based on that picture. You guys never look at the picture properly. I keep telling this, I must have told in n number of videos. Look at the picture and make a relevant story which is based on the picture. That's the point number two. What is the third? Narrate your story confidently, precisely, to the point with good body language. Who can fail you thereafter? If you speak confidently without looking at the assessors, look at your group. And last but not the least, please participate in the GD and speak minimum 2 to 3 times and contribute your bit towards reaching to a common story. These are the 4 secrets. Okay, let me see other questions. Okay, guys, how to improve your writing skill? Frankly speaking, guys, I will briefly answer that. It's a practice, practice, practice. It's nothing more than that. You know, Abandon your speaking skills, practice, practice. Guys, can you believe it? I will tell you a true story. One of the guys used to stammer. It happened a year and a half before. He used to stammer, can you believe it? And I advised him every day. And his father also rang me up. I told him, please give a lecture every day, minimum 2, if you can 3, to your friends, to your family. And that boy, hats off to that man. And once I interviewed him later, he told me, sir, I just followed your advice blindly. And every day, evening, my parents used to listen sometimes. I used to tell my friends, the lecturing. And can you believe I couldn't find a stammer next time? And the guy, can you believe he's a successful candidate today? And he's already in the academy. It happened 1.5 years before. I think within the last 6 months, somewhere in just before this lockdown, he passed the SSB. Look, guys, this happened. What is it? It is practice, 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 and along with that, determination. So that's the reason I'm asking your self-introspection. Till the time you open a diary and write it down, what are your shortcomings, what are your minuses, pluses, you've got to work on that and practice on that, guys. I promise you, you will get through if you really seriously practice. And that's what we do here. Guys who come here in our academy, we don't allow them to speak any other language but in English. We force them to play games so that we can improve their outdoor activities, so that they can write a game, etc. We give such kind of wonderful opportunities because ultimately it's a personality-based test, guys. Your personality has to be improved. And these days, can you believe we have introduced a new thing? All those guys who come here for written courses, because we have written courses here, CDS, NDA, every month we run the courses. In fact, from 21st, this month, there are 2 courses running. What we make them? They come for 60 days course. Can you believe, guys, I have made their SSB course, which is worth about 20,000, 18 to 20,000 free. They don't have to pay for it. See, this 60 days, they are doing the written. Why I did it? I said, guys, if you go pass the written, then come back again. So to improve their personality, I introduced 2 things. One, in the courses, written courses here, which come to the academy, the course of SSB, 12 days course is absolutely free. They can attend any class, do GTO. In fact, they can, multiple times they can attend. The second thing which I have done, all those guys who are attending the online course, this is the only academy in the country where I have introduced a 3 days capsule free for them. Because you have to be oriented to the SSB right in the beginning. Now, guys, after 3-4 attempts, they pass, crack the written examination. Then after that, they will keep, going and coming back from this interview process because they have not worked on that personality. Guys, whether it is written course or interview process, our focus is improving our personality. Let me see some more questions. Sorry. Yeah. Guys, you are asking 2 long questions. एक मिनट क्या क्वेश्चन था? I couldn't read anyway. Okay. Guys, in case your father, somebody is in the armed forces, it has a minor effect. Don't ever think that only army officer children get selected. No, it may not happen. Yes, initially it may. If you are from sailing school, if you are from army background, it may create a positive impact, but ultimately it is your your ability which will ultimately, क्या है sir, can a retired officer from regular army join TA? I don't think. Okay, guys, short service officers who have served in the short service have joined the TA. Many of them are there. But after retirement, because you will cross the age of 42 by the time you retire, so it may be difficult for you. Okay, if you are an army officer after retirement, because you will cross the 42 years. But short service officers who retire after 5 to 10 years, they have become a T officer. Does leaving college of NDA was a wise decision? Does leaving college for NDA was a decision? Now Priyanshu Sharma says, guys, we will always ask you, why have you taken a drop? Taking a drop, it is difficult to justify. But if you have taken a drop for, say, JEE Main, for NDA, and it has really improved your performance, yes, we welcome it. But sometimes most of the candidates, I've said 10 out of 7 candidates have not gained anything out of that drop. People who do not take the drop do better. If you have taken the drop for J main or J, I may agree to an extent. For NDA, I think you can crack it if you really work for it. So NDA requires just 2 months of serious preparation. Okay. Okay. What is the next question? Just show me about the coaching. Sir, shall we tell about the coaching? Guys, if you tell about the coaching, if you have intent, I will say that, that who has been coached means he has been trained. We have some trainability marks, so you may be at a disadvantage. You may lose some marks on trainability, that much I can say. I leave the decision to you. But if a candidate is already coached, already trained by a good academies, so what happens if you tell that you have been trained, coached by such and such academy? So your trainability value goes down. It means you have already got everything which is required in a candidate. And from a candidate who's coming from a village background or some normal school background, see this, if his performance and your performance is same, that guy will get little more marks because his trainability factor. So I leave it to you, but it will definitely make couple of marks difference in you. You may, the examiner may give you little less marks, no doubt about it, but drastically you will not lose. Sir, how to do self-introspection? Okay, guys, now self-introspection is a process which I have made a video. I would request, because it's a very long, drawn process, I would have to take a long lecture on this. I will just briefly say, in the morning, when you get up, and do it for many times, open your diary, write down, think about your goal. See this, you write it down. See, think about your capabilities, think about your pluses, minuses, your strengths and weaknesses. Are you really well prepared? Are you motivated? So keep writing down your diary. It takes days to do the real introspection, and write down. Select your goals and write down every day, because this self-introspection is very, very important. There are 3 facets to tell you. Itself is a big lecture. Do the self-introspection, know your strengths and weaknesses. After that, second step is visualization. Visualize your goal every morning and evening. And the third step is the habit. I am confident. I am courageous. I am dynamic. I am determined. So that is the affirmation. There are 3 steps. There is a video of mine. Please see that. You guys are not looking at the videos properly. Yeah. Next. Okay, guys, your marks, if see this, the cutoff list is passed, always made by the recruiting directorate, clearly mentioned that in a technical short service scheme, what is the cutoff marks? Based on that only you will be called for the interview, whether it is technical entry scheme or whether it is the short service technical. So percentages are laid down. And imagine, there was a time when 75, 78 used to be called for the interview. These days, even 85% who score in 12th class may not get. It is not assured to whether they will be called or not. Simply technical entry scheme, depending on the different subjects which you have in your technical graduation, it will depend on those marks. I can't really say, because it may also differ from time to time. Yes, your drop in marks does make a difference. Can I see myself? So, guys, it is very difficult to justify. We will always query you. Why there is a drop in performance? We'll query you. If imagine suddenly a guy, because I can tell you my experience, there are guys who have scored 92%, and in 12th he's scored 85%, and in graduate he has dropped a year. It has happened. I'm giving you a live example, and I had doubt on that candidate. Number of such cases I have checked, caught. And I asked him, inquire him, grill him, and ultimately he comes out, he got into the drugs. See, there is another guy, 10th, around 90%, 12th, 62%. I inquire and grill him further. He got into a love affair. There was another guy who suddenly shifted to the hostel and went into a bad company. And again, you can. So we want to understand what has been the reason for a drop in performance. And can you believe I also had a drop in performance from my 10th to 12th and 12th to graduation. I had very poor marks, to be honest. I was a first divisioner, went down to 56%, went down to 45% in my graduation. But when the interviewing officer asked me, I had solid reasons. I didn't say anything. I said, sir, I have been a football captain. I have been an NCC senior under officer. I led the NCC ceremonial parade. And I'm in the 400 meter, 800 meter, 1500-meter running. I'm always securing a medal in this. He didn't ask me a single question. So what I'm trying to say, your lower marks, you should be able to, how you justify it. How you justify your lowered performance will make all the difference, guys. Okay, next question. Yeah, what is that question? Sir, how can we prepare for SSB in the long term? Harsh Srivastava says that. Guys, frankly speaking, it depends whether you have cracked a written exam or not. I will tell you. See, the NDA passing result, NDA selection rate is, is 17 is to 1. Technical and team selection rate is around 32 is to 1. Why? Because NDA do the written examination, and after that you are already screened in a way by a written test which is reasonably tough. Technical entry scheme, there is no written. Now this NCC entry, the selection rate is 53 is to 1. 53 candidates will go for the interview, one will get selected because there is no written. And look at their marks of NCC candidate holder, 55%, 62%, and they get left out because of this. Because ultimately, what the interviewing officer generally assesses that his factor one, mental faculties are little low. So we have doubts on such candidates who have never scored good marks. See this, what is now? You will ask another question, I will answer here only. A candidate who has got high percentage, 80%, 90%, 85%, a candidate who's got 60%, 55%, 60%. See the difference in them? There is a huge difference, guys. You do not see from an interviewing officer's point of view, there is a big difference between them. This candidate who has got 90%, we always think that guy has been motivated, that guy has been hardworking, that guy has been focused, nutrition has been very good, he's been disciplined. He is serious about his life, he's serious about his career. He has got determination. Look at, he is hardworking. Tell me, all the qualities come out. His marks tell us here. And another guy, 55%, he is not serious. He lacks focus. He may be into bad company. He may be into some love affair. His priorities are not clear in life. And now how do you blame the interviewing officer? Because your marks, though we simply by marks, we do not judge the candidate. Trust me. Guys, I must have interviewed, distinctly I remember, minimum around 30 IITians. Can you believe it? Only one passed. I love IITians. I appreciate them, I respect them. But somehow I used to find them just one track minded. They lack the holistic personality which I look for. Look at this. So, this is the problem. So, how do you prepare for? Very good question he asked me. Guys, advise others also. Firstly, when you appear, when you know about the armed forces, when you have made about the aim about the armed forces, when you start preparing for the written examination only, think of the SLP process because you will get plenty of time for your personality development. So I will request when you are preparing, I mean, for written examination, that's the reason why I am insisting on that we have a free capsule. Likewise, guys, it will prepare you mentally. It will not only prepare you for the written examination, you will know, yeah, array, this is the process of SSB. So these are the qualities I have got to improve. Because your subconscious built up, subconscious mind takes a lot of practice, repetitions to improve, get into that shape and that that frame of the right personality for the armed forces. So guys, I will say when you plan for the written course, along with that do this capsule which we are providing free. Okay, I must say proudly, because we understand that what is required, how a candidate to be prepared, who knows better than us. Let me tell you, we are the authority on this. So we prepare that. We will have this capsule somewhere in between, so the guy keeps it in the back of his mind. And why do you think the candidates who come here for the written test, physical kind of course, why the SSB training is free for them? It is because of this only. They don't have to come back again. And if they have doubt, they can do. So guys, I will recommend, if you cannot come to the academy, no problem. You nobody. So do a capsule of written. It may be 5 days, it may be 10 days. Do it because it will gear up for that and work hard for your written examination. You can do online course, whatever. Work hard for it. And after once you get through in the written examination, then thereafter focus on your personality completely, and you'll be able to crack, because now you have thought about it 1.5 years before when you are actually appearing for. Now biggest problem these days is suddenly he cracks the exam and suddenly he goes to the SSB. People tell him, okay, yeah, it hardly requires anything. He goes original and come back original. That's what I keep saying. And he misses the very golden chance. Whereas I tell my candidates, guys, first chance is your golden chance. If you miss it, oh my God, you miss something big in life. Don't miss your first chance, because the chances of selection in the first chance are 60%. It will keep going down thereafter. Okay? Let me see some other questions in case they have. Warren Bevan, NCC special entry. Yes, guys, that's what I was saying. NCC special entry has a very low selection rate. You can prepare yourself. We will ask you questions, a number of questions about the NCC also, about your experience, what you have learned in the NCC, how NCC is helping you building up the youth of the country, how NCC contributing in nation building. Numerous questions we can ask. But again, for you also, the test remains the same thing. It is a personality-based test. We will do ask of NCC, but more or less, we are asking guys. After we ask you, basically, what is the interviewing officer doing? We are asking you question in a manner that we understand that how your present reality, your present has come to be based on your past actions. Therefore, we focus on your past actions, because whatever you have become today, it's because of your past actions. Whatever you will become in future, it will be because of your present actions. So most of the guys never change their actions. You've got to change your actions. You've got to change your routine to become a successful man, a different man. See, whatever you are today, it is because of your past actions. Whatever you will be in future, because of your present actions. So guys, change your routine based on your goal and mission. Change it. Focus, because the shortcomings you find in your future goal based on the introspection, work on that. So that's the secret of success. Any other question? Okay, when will the NCC entry come? I can't say. It will be notification will come. You can check up from our. We have a helpline number, guys. Please just check up on the helpline. I will request you, please see our website, see our Instagram. Oh my God, can you believe? Now we are making a free club. I'm announcing a free club, Sure Short Club. In that club, what will happen, guys? So many volunteers are there. I'm going to make it virtually free, in which we'll make small groups where we can guide you. I will also be speaking to you. I want to do this service, okay? And I will take the educators from you only, where you can do lecture practice, English speaking practice, group discussion practice. You will hear soon about this club. This club I have thought to serve the youth of the country. It will be basically some membership fee we may keep, but it is going to be absolutely free of cost. Something like that we are working out, because I have to pay those 5 6 guys who will monitor this, but it will be a throwaway price. Maybe the membership fee may be 700 800 rupees or something like that, guys. So I am going to do that. Don't worry. Uh, yes, academics question, bad academics does affect minor. You should be able to justify why you got less marks, which I already told you. Okay, guys, we prepare. Somebody says, "Ki sir, now write NDA exam. How to guide them?" Guys, don't worry. I told you, yeah. For CDS entry, just let me see myself. Guys, simple thing, yeah. You are asking me to guide guys who are preparing for written exam also. Yeah, I said the same thing. Guys, once again, let me tell you all, whether CDS or NDA as you are asking, we have online courses for your written class. We have, of course, the offline class. You can come to the academy, and guys, the rates of our academy are 1/3 of the other academies. And along with that, can you believe any academy which gives you a free SSB capsule? We are preparing. You are saying, sir, you should also guide them. We are already guiding. You guys are not aware of. We are giving the written course coaching. In the written course, if you take online, you will get a 3 days capsule free, where I will also meet you one day. Look at this. Where will you get this? Because I would like to prepare you right from. And when you come to my academy, you get a discount again in that also. So, आपका तो once you do a written online course with us, guys, we take your responsibility. We take your responsibility. You are part of my academy, SSB Short Academy. See, you ask the ex-student. Guys, let me tell you, we are flooded with this successful candidates. Flooded. It's virtually every day we are getting 2 results who are passed. It was today, now it has crossed 175. Look at this, the kind of speed it is increasing, and in 2 years. So we are going to break all the records. The way the guys are getting selected day in and day out, it's a record. It is because we treat you as our own people. You are part of this SSB Short Academy. Once you join, it's your home. And guys, keep coming here. Anybody who goes to the Mysore SSB, he comes here first and then go to the SSB. Because they get such a homely environment. Which academy, can you believe it? We have about 20 interns who are ex-candidates, who are working with us and who are preparing. And these all interns, after 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, get through. So we are also preparing for your written test. We are also preparing for English speaking. We are also preparing for personality development. Guys, just keep a track. And I always say, those who are from poor family background, they have to give us some thing. They are from BPL, which you cannot imagine. So we are also ready to help you. You have to just tell us, sir, you can't afford. There are guys who are brilliant and can't afford. I have given them free courses here in my academy, besides Khana Pina free. So not to worry about it. We are there to help you. Okay? Yeah. Let me see if there is any more question. Okay. Guys, 2 more questions I will take. Yeah. Candidate who can post student in screening. Guys, listen. You say कि one entry you have got through and second entry you get screened out. It happens. I have seen it. But let me tell you, it is a performance. It's a personality-based selection. It's a performance-based selection also. You may have got through in one SSB, but it can't guarantee. I do agree. We have given recommendation that if you get through in once in SSB, that's selection in the SSB should be applicable for another 6 months. But unfortunately, the logic which is given from the other side is it is also a performance-based selection. To answer that, I told you those 4 points. See this video again. क्या लिखा है? Sir, if the interview asks not selected this time, what will you do? Okay, guys, these are quite common, simple questions here. If you are not selected this time, you can say, sir, I still got 3 or 4 attempts. I will be able to make it sir, I am doing my best in this attempt, sir. I'm sure that I will be able to make it. Even if I don't make it, sir, I'm not going to leave it because I'm determined for the armed forces. I'm going to try out my every attempt in the armed force. That kind of positive answer you have. So, guys, in the end, I will only say that if you have the passion, if you have the motivation, if you have the zeal to crack your goal, you can achieve anything in life because it has to be followed up by hard work, discipline. But the only thing I will suggest is methodical working. Some guys just work and work. Being hardworking doesn't mean that you work like a donkey. See, it has to be smart work. How do you do smart work? Without analyzing your personality, without doing the self introspection, without knowing your weaknesses, where you got to work on that. So, this is what I will ask you. The first thing, please do your self introspection. Know for sure which areas you got to work. That is the first thing. Repeat. Second thing, I am telling you. Know what is the SSB looking for. Please, for God's sake, practice that when you go. And last but not the least, keep working on your personality, guys. Can you believe the SSB aspirant in the armed forces? Can you believe 60 to 70% they are the one who are getting selected in the Coast Guard. They are the one who getting selected in the CAPF. They are the one who getting selected in the BSF, CRPF, whatever you may say. And guys, a fairly large number of them getting selected in the civil services. So you guys are bound to be successful in life. It grooms you. Whether it selects you or not, your personality, if you have a question is if you have a positive frame of mind, your personality keeps improving, keeps improving. And but only thing is that have a positive outlook. Learn from every mistake. Learn from every downfall. All these atoms, all these downfalls are nothing but a stepping stone for success. With this, I will say that we are always there to welcome you in any form, online or offline, guys. You'll find me very often. Another free class after 15 days. I will answer your questions once again. Thank you, guys. All the best. Take care and work hard. All the best, guys. Bye bye.